So welcome, Autumn and Andrew. Thanks for taking the time to join me here today in Newcastle at our global headquarters. It's really good to have you here. And the reason we're here today is because we're going to talk about, what it's like to be a small, mid-sized business in 2023. We've just concluded an extensive survey of small, mid-sized businesses around the world. We've surveyed over 11,000 people and talked to them about their challenges, opportunities, how they're feeling. So maybe start with you, Autumn. Do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
Yeah, sure. My name's Plumb and Rabbitts, and I own and operate Sweet Solstice café and Plumb and Rabbitts cake studio.
Excellent. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm Andrew Thompson. I'm CEO of Cleveland Group. With 3 divisions to Cleveland Group. Got our Cleveland Containers division. We've got our Cleveland Hare, and we also have Cleveland Modular. Cleveland Modular supply bespoke modular buildings.
Well, again, thanks very much to both of you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. So we'll start maybe just with, stating the obvious that, 2022 and as we're coming into 23, I guess particularly around costs, increasing costs of operating business. But despite that, we're also hearing that people feel that they can overcome that. They can see as they're looking forward that maybe some of those costs are going to start to decrease. And so maybe just ask a question to both of you really, whether does that ring true for you? Is that what you're seeing? How has that cost equation impacted your business? Maybe start with you, Autumn.
Well, everyone knows the price of butter has gone up a lot. So it went, for me, the price of butter went up, from £1.30 to £2.50, £2.60. And yeah, it's been a huge knock on my business, obviously because I'm ingredients based in terms of cakes and patisserie, which has been really difficult. Being a very small business, I've been able to manage just by cutting back on hours and stuff, and taking on a lot more, doing even more than I was doing before to try and balance my costs. But I do feel like things are starting to balance out a little bit.
Well, there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. Andrew?
I think there's no denying the last two years have been challenging. I think from a supply chain point of view, shortage of product drives price forward. The dollar exchange rate was a big impact to us. In the last 4 months, we've seen clearly from a macroeconomic point of view, there's stability in the government now. I think there's the strength in the pound's come back, so that's had a huge impact on us as well. Positive impact. But I think there's a wealth of opportunity out there for people who are brave and, more importantly, agile and understand the business and understand what we're actually providing to our customers. And I think that agility is probably, coupled with fantastic people, is probably our superpower in terms of realising the opportunities that are out there.
Yeah. And Andrew, staying with you, I know your business has experienced a lot of growth over recent years. But as you look forward now to the next year or two, in terms of your plans, your ambitions, I mean, are you still very much focused on that growth trajectory?
Yeah, absolutely. Incredibly exciting times. We've gone through a private equity deal, so we've got an even stronger, robust financial support, and our collective experience amongst the team now is fantastic. We've doubled headcount in the last 12 months. We're looking to double our headcount again in the next 12 months too. We're looking at opening new depots across the country. We've introduced new products. We've got record investment for this year. We'll probably spend the most or equal the most in terms of investment in product in the UK this year. And we're seeing that level of demand. Our product's quite diversified in terms of end user as well. So I think it helps us weather some of the storms in certain sectors. But it's an incredibly exciting time.
That's a really exciting story. And Autumn, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, moving into new premises and just growing my business has been kind of my focus at the moment. I soft open tomorrow, so I'm still a little frazzled around the edges from the past.
Was that a difficult decision for you to make to expand into bigger premises, or did you just have to do it?
I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of sleepless nights before Christmas. I was in a really difficult space mentally before Christmas because I knew that my 2-year break would be up in August, but with the wonderful Northumberland weather, there was damage in my roof and I had issues with the building above the kitchen, and I just felt like I needed to move a lot quicker. So that has pushed me a little bit in terms of my timing of moving. But I also felt that it was smarter to move in the spring before the tourist season hits. I'm in Alnwick, so it's a really tourist-based town in terms of business. We do have lots of locals, but tourism's kind of our biggest pull in terms of like Alnwick Gardens, etc. So yeah, it's been a very difficult decision, but I kind of felt like if I didn't do it now, then I never would do it.
And once you've got that those larger premises, presumably, does that mean you need some more people to help you run it? And how is that? How's finding the right people?
It has been challenging in terms of finding people who would step forward, but I think I've been quite lucky, and because my business is, I run it on quite, I don't know whether it's the right term, but like a personable level. Like I give my employees a lot of space. They get a full paid hour lunch. I'm very flexible with times, and I would really like to push my business towards the idea of allowing my staff to become shareholders in my business as well. Because I'm a small business, actually, I need to function really efficiently and really well, and I need everyone to be kind of on point and to feel okay. So
you want everyone to be passionate and to care, and I must say, but kind of buy in the same way that you do, and then it becomes everyone gets excited about scaling, even though it's not always easy, right, to scale. So you have to kind of share the pain as well as the gain, I guess. Yeah. How about you, Andrew? You were talking earlier about how you're expanding and hiring. I mean, same question. Are you finding it easy to find the people you need to scale?
Yeah, I think we're really fortunate. We're on a really fantastic journey. We've got a strong social media presence. People see the growth, the investment, and people want to be part of a winning team as well. And I think that helps attract talent. We've got skilled labour. We have fabricators, welders, and skilled labour is difficult to get hold of. It's in short supply in the UK in general. So we're working with Middlesbrough College with T-level students. We've got 3 apprentices that have come through that avenue that we're working with currently. The exciting thing around the journey that we're on is that it's not a linear journey with us anymore. It's if in terms of a career path, you could go from operations into safety, from safety into HR, from the yard through the supervisory modes, or so there are lots of diverse opportunities now for when you join the business, which is fantastic. And certainly from my point of view as CEO, that's one of the biggest buzzes that I get, seeing that talent and career and succession plan, and I want people knocking on my door and people who want to come and kind of be the next CEO of Cleveland. That there's nothing that makes me more proud.
Yeah. So again, similar thing, isn't it? It's not just a case of going and finding people, but then it's also about giving them a reason to stay and want to be part of the story and the expansion that you're driving. Maybe staying with you, Andrew. I mean, how does technology investment or investment in that type of technology capability, how's that work for your business? How important is that for you?
Yeah, it's vitally important. I mean, just from a growth perspective, technology is important in terms of scalability. To automate processes, to make sure that we're consistent in our approach. But we have everything from transport planning, logistics. We're looking at opening more depots. So with that, we'll need mobile engineers. Mobile engineers will need to have tablets so they can be effective on site. I think in terms of customer touch points, ETAs, to make sure that we're communicating with the customer at every step of the journey, because I think it's not good enough now to deliver what the customer expects. You've almost got to exceed that customer expectation now. We're introducing a new ERP, CRM system too in the next month, to assist us with the new products that we're bringing online and new services. From a people perspective, we've just implemented Sage HR. So we've introduced several modules of Sage HR as well. So I think it all across our business, really.
Yeah. And actually, whether it be technology or other things, again, in the survey, over 75% of people said they were more focused now on seeking productivity, seeking more effective ways to run their business, whether that be through investment in technology or indeed other methods. I mean, Autumn, does that ring true for you? I mean, as you're expanding, are you also looking at, God, how do I do this more efficiently to get and to some degree counter some of these increasing input costs?
Yeah. Well, yes. I guess the main thing that I've kind of brought on board is a different EPOS system. So the system I had before was just like a handheld machine that kind of did everything, printed everything out, took cash payments, everything. And I literally had a Tupperware box was like my change. My cafe was so small, literally had like 5 tables. But now I've joined up with Square, and I've got like a Square proper cash drawer register, very professional. And then I've got like 3 new screens. So I've got like a front-facing screen for taking payments, and then a screen for the sales assistant. And then I also have a screen in the kitchen, which sends orders directly through from when people kind of order their from my new menu, and it goes straight through to the kitchen. So it makes things easier. I'm not, my baristas don't have to scribble down on a little piece of paper and then run it over to the kitchen. So it makes things a little bit more efficient, a bit smoother. Yeah. I'm hoping. We'll find out tomorrow when I launch at 12 p.m. Yeah.
Well, look, time flies. Thank you very much. I always really enjoy hearing stories from small, mid-sized business customers. And it's really good to always hear the positivity, the expansion plans, how people are going about growing their businesses, because so often you hear so much noise, so much negativity about what's going on in the wider world. And whenever I speak to a customer, whenever I speak to a small mid-sized business owner or someone who's running a small mid-sized business, I'm always inspired by the positivity and the way that people approach trying to grow and expand their businesses. And I think today, Autumn and Andrew, 2 really fantastic examples of 2 businesses that are scaling, that are growing, and that have very healthy and positive futures. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.